We're backstage at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre with Roger and John from Duran. How you going, guys?
Good.
Pretty good. Looking forward to it.
Feel good to be back in Australia?
It feels great. We love it. We love Australia.
Yeah.
We've always had a good time. We're still having a good time.
You're always known for your keen sense of style and edgy videos. What do you think you guys will be known for in the new millennium with the new work?
With the new work?
Yeah, with the latest material.
I don't know. We've just tried to make a really good album that stands up as a whole piece of music, and I think we're known. I think our songs and material have actually stood the test of time. I mean, we used to be known as like a video band, I think, in the 80s, and we didn't get really much credit, from the music press. I think we've stood the test of time, and I think it's really all about the music.
Have you noticed a new generation of fans at the shows?
We have actually, yeah. We played the night before last in Sydney at the V Festival. The kids in the audience were like 16-year-olds, squashed right down at the front. So it's good to see that we've got a bit of a cross-generational thing happening. Mm-hmm. I think the 80s though is it's cool again, isn't it? It seems like things come in cycles, and kids are digging out the 80s t-shirts, and we're into the early 80s bands, so it's coming full cycle, which is cool for us.
The New Zealand show has been getting a lot of press lately. The walking off the stage and well, we wanted to get to the bottom of it. We'll get to your version of the events. What happened that show?
Nobody stormed off. It was our first night. And you often have technical problems on your first night, and it was all down to a couple of technical problems, really. And I think the whole thing's been blown out of proportion. Mm-hmm. I think often people in the audience don't really understand what's happening on stage, because we have a lot of cues, we have a lot of our music is very technical. It's a very technical show, and if things just run slightly out of kilter, it can confuse people, and I think people just make up stories about maybe what happened.
I think it's part of the show that we built for this tour. We have this section called we call it the electro set, and it's a little homage to Kraftwerk and electro music. And the four of us stand at the front of the stage, and we all play keyboards, and it's sort of like a 20-minute medley. And the thing is, we're in very fixed positions.
Yeah.
So if we'd have been playing our guitars, nobody would have noticed when I walked all the way across stage, to talk to one of the tech guys, But because the four of us are like in this very locked-in, choreographed position, which I had to break away from to,
talk to the tech guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he got misconstrued that he'd stormed off stage.
Robin Williams once said, "If you can remember the '60s, you weren't really there." Now, can you remember the '80s?
Very much so.
Some of it.
He's got selective memory loss.
What part of it?
Yeah.
I remember most of it, but we were young kids, and I think a lot of it, happened very, very quickly, and it's hard to really appreciate what really happened at that time. I think as you get older, I think you appreciate the moment more. So I think we did miss a lot of it. So many great, important things happened to us that were just kind of over our head, went over our heads really. So it's a shame that some of it is a little bit sketchy.
Being in this band, like the whole reunion process, is just like one long memory game. So all we ever do is like say, "Do you remember when so and so?" And somebody says, "Yeah, I remember." "Oh, I can't remember that." You know what I mean? It's like I think it's something about getting into middle age, and like holding on to what you've got and what you've experienced, and it's great for us that we have each other and we spend so much time together. I think it's like just keeping the brain functioning. Has a lot to do with memory.
The Rolling Stones are going past nearly 45 years on the road. You think you'll do 45 years on the road?
I don't know. We never look beyond next year, really. I mean, we're kind of in touring mode now. When we finish that, we'll look at doing another album. Then we'll tour that album. But we never kind of think what's going to be happening 10 years down the line. I think
touring so different now than what it was 20 years ago?
It's easier, really. I mean, it's very well. One of the things that is, I think, important today that wasn't important then is that it's very important for us to stay connected to our families back home. Before we were like, "See ya," bye mom, bye dad, really didn't care. you know, get a postcard once in a while. But, you know, with us now, we talk to our, you know, we obviously want to talk to our kids every day. It's my kid's 16th birthday today. You know, so I mean, I've spoken to her several times, you know, and we have to stay. We've got to stay. It's harder on the families, actually, you know, than it is on us because, you know, we just get to, like, you know, we get to have fun and hang out with each other and, you know, they're the ones that have got to do all the
Is it
all the
the case
legwork.
in the old days it was champagne in the dressing room, now it's mineral water?
Well, I think there is some champagne in the dressing room next door, I think. But, yeah, I mean, we don't party like we used to. I mean, you can't. You know, it's pathetic. You'd be pathetic. Nothing worse than 40-year-olds partying like they're teenagers.